What's going on, YouTube? Crisis, aka Gamer Dad, with another Raid Shadow Legends video for you guys. Today we're doing a shard opening video. As you guys can see, we have a two-time event going on in the summoning portal. That means you get double your chances of summoning legendaries, 12% as opposed to 6%. And then if you don't get a legendary, you're absolutely guaranteed an epic. So super good event right now going on. Super good promotion, if you want to call it that. As you can see, I have 17 sacred shards, which I am in desperate need of legendary heroes, because if you guys remember, I only have the 2 here, although albeit Lysandra's probably the best, or one of the best, not the best definitely, but one of the best legendaries in the game, so I got very lucky with her. Black Knight, not so much. He gets me through some stuff right now though, because he's the only other legendary I have. I am hoping that I get a good number of legendaries to at least get some of these prizes. I do not think I will complete this champion chase event. If anything, I would like to get to the hero, to the epic here, so that I can see about maybe going for the legendary summon of Pixnil. I think their name is Pixnil. Let's look real quick. Let's see, fusion here. So yeah, Pixnil. If I can get, I got most of these heroes, most of these champions. If I can get a few more copies of each, because these 3 are the same throughout every fusion for these epics, and then the only difference is the void one in each tier. So if I can get these 4, I might go for that fusion, although I really want Gerhard the Stone. I really want him. I also wouldn't mind Ragnar. He seems pretty cool. Actually, any one of these would be pretty cool. So I don't know, if I get these, I might go for the fusion, I might not. Probably will though, I don't know, we'll see. But let's go ahead and get started. So anyway, as I was saying, before we start pulling the shards, I'm hoping we get pretty far ahead here, so at least we can get Gerhard and have that wrapped up and over with. I am pretty far ahead, and the others already completed this event. I'm actually in 2nd place. This one's pretty easy. I can probably get in 1st place and finish it in 1st here within the next day in 8 hours. So this one's not going to be a problem. I think we're definitely going to get 1st here. Fire Knight, I think I'm in 2nd. No, sorry, I'm in 9th. I don't know why I thought I was in 2nd. I'm in 9th. I think I'm just going to complete the event. I definitely don't think I'm going to even attempt to go for this here. I might try to get to 5th so I can just get this ancient shard. But definitely we'll get 1st in arena takedown, and then we'll at least try to complete this event. But I doubt we will. We're probably going to get to Gerhard, if we can get to Gerhard, and then we're going to stop right there. Just finished out. In fact, I finished out about 10 minutes ago. The Dungeon Divers, managed to get my a sacred shard out of that. I had 16. We're at 17 now. So I'm hoping for some really good pulls. This one we should complete tonight. I should be done with this event tonight. And then the champion training event, we've got 5 days and 8 hours. I definitely think we'll complete this, which is cool because I'll get an ancient, I'll get a void, some legendary skill tomes or a legendary skill tome for the legendaries that I'm hoping we pull today. So should be a good video. Let's get started. All right, now legendaries we can only do 1 at a time, so wish me luck. Here we go. All right, first one. Who do we got? All right, it's an epic Tyrell. I already have a Tyrell, but this is cool because the Tyrell I'm using is kitted out for clan boss. So I'm actually glad I got a 2nd, because I actually prefer Tyrell, I think, to Stag Knight as my drop defense hero. And he just brings a lot to the table. He's got drop defense, sleep if they already have drop defense. He's got a stun on his A3. He's got decreased attack on his A1. Obviously, he's got the aura for defense in all battles by 25. Super good aura. So Tyrell's a really good hero, really good hero. I'm glad I got a 2nd one. I'm actually going to kit him out for dungeons differently than I have my clan boss one. So that'll be good. So let's try it for shard number 2. All right, we got our first legendary, and this is Altan. Let's look at Altan. Attacks one enemy, 60% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack. So 60, 75% if you book him. 75% of placing that 50% decreased attack for 2 turns. It's actually cool for clan boss. Let's see what else he's got. Attacks one enemy, places a 60% increased defense on all allies for 2 turns, and then places a shield on all allies for 2 turns equal to 20% of their max HP if this attack kills an enemy. So that would actually be cool for, I mean, it wouldn't work too much in clan boss. I mean, the increased defense would be good. That's awesome. But the shield, I think, would actually be pretty cool in spiders. Although I don't know if this would auto onto a spider, which is what he would probably be able to kill, so that then everybody gets a shield. That would be pretty cool to see. I'd like to try that out. And then revives a random ally with 30% HP every time this champion kills an enemy. That is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. And then resets the cooldowns on this champion's skills if this champion kills an enemy and all allies are alive. That is such a good passive. I like that so much. So he could be really good. He could, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen too many videos on an Altan, but I mean, he looks like he could be sick. And look at the skin on this guy. This dude is awesome. This dude looks super cool. All right, I like him. Altan, nice. Let's go for another shard. Let's see what we get. What we get? Make it a Lego. Nope, we got a void. Who is this guy? He's a dwarf, definitely by the look of him. Let's see. Rock Breaker. Increase this champion's defense by 4% each time this skill is used. Stacks up to 20%. All right, cool. Has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Places a counter attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. That's cool. That's cool. I definitely think he's viable for, I mean, what is this, on a 3-turn cooldown? Yeah, I think he's definitely viable for a lot of things. I'm trying to think where exactly he'd be the most useful. I mean, if you want to use him as a tank, what is he? He's a spirit affinity. If you want to use him as a tank for spiders, that might work just based off of this. I don't know. We'll have to check him out. I mean, arena sounds like he could do some stuff. If you get him to go first before the allies, provokes them. Counterattack, they basically waste 1 turn, and if he hits, I don't know if he hits hard. If he hits hard, hopefully he can take somebody out, and then, you know, the rest of your team can kind of do whatever. 25% chance of decreasing damage inflicted on this champion by 50% each time this champion is attacked. That's really cool. That's good, because again, for spiders, I think that would be awesome. Or for arena, again, 75% chance of provoke. So if you provoke all the spiders, and then you take half damage, or you have a 25% chance, really a 35, 45, 50% chance of getting 50% damage reduction. That would be cool. And then he's got increased ally defense in arena. So he's definitely an arena champion. I'm leaning more towards arena for sure. I don't know about spiders too much, but definitely in arena, I can definitely see him being awesome. All right, I'm definitely trying him out, kitting him for arena at some point. All right, let's see who else we got. Come on, Legos. No, another epic. Who's this? Relic Keeper, not great. I already have him. He's not great. Not great. Let's move on. I should have gone over his kit. Sorry, guys. If we pull him again, hopefully we don't. All right, another Lego. We have Yannicka. Haven't heard much about Yannicka. Let's see. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 50% chance of placing Leech for 2 turns. That's cool. Attacks all enemies 2 times instead if this champion is under a Veil buff. Alright, so it could be an AoE attack if she's under Veil. I wonder if she has an ability for Veil. Look, there we go. Attacks 1 enemy, places a perfect Veil buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack is critical, which it always should be if we have crit rate at 100. If it's ascended, attacks 1 enemy, places perfect for 3 turns, and grants an extra turn. So definitely want to ascend her. You get a 3-turn, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. So definitely want to ascend her to level 3. You get a perfect Veil every time she uses this for 3 turns. So you're basically always going to have a perfect Veil on. And then grants an extra turn. And the difference between perfect Veil and regular Veil, once you attack, it goes away. Once you make a move, it goes away. Perfect Veil, it's on the whole time. You can attack and make your moves, and it's not going to disappear. It'll be there the whole time. So that's cool, and you get an extra turn, which actually reduces the cooldown even after you get this booked out to 3. If she gets an extra turn, it's really a 2-turn cooldown, which means this is always going to be an AoE attack. You should always be having this as an AoE attack, which means you should. I don't know if the leech applies if it becomes AoE. See right here, it says attacks 1 enemy 2 times and has a 50% chance of placing leech. So if it's an AoE, I wonder if that leech still applies. Hopefully it does, because then that means all the enemies have leech, which helps your team stay alive longer. I mean, she sounds like she could also be good for, just because of that leech, it sounds like she could be good for clan boss, but maybe not. Remove shield buffs from attacks all enemies, so another AoE. So she's got, technically she's got 2 AoEs if you ascend this and it's always on. She's got this, the A1 AoE, and then this AoE. Attacks all enemies, will ignore shield buffs, that's cool. Remove shield buffs from targets if this champion is under a veil, buff, or perfect veil, which she always should be. Then deals extra damage equal to 15% of the value of the removed shield buffs. That's cool. She's gonna help me get past that stage in campaign that I wasn't able to get past. If I get that extra shard, if I manage to kit her out tonight, which I might just invest a lot of stuff into her, get her kitted out, and use her in that campaign to get that extra shard, so I can just use it during this event. Obviously, I probably won't be making a video about one single shard, but I might do that. Let's keep going. I didn't even look at her aura. All right, another Lego. Let's see, we have Lugan the Steadfast. All right, we're getting lots of Legos. I'm liking this. All right, attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 25% of the damage inflicted. I hope this guy hits hard because that would be cool. Places a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP for 2 turns. So every time he uses his A1, he has a shield. This guy's going to be good for the Scarab in Doom Tower, because Scarab will counterattack you if your champion does not have a shield on when it attacks. So this guy's going to be great for that, especially because it's on the A1, which means he should always have a shield on. That's cool. Damage based on HP, that's cool too, because they're easier to build. So I don't think he's going to hit that hard because he's an HP-based champion. But it's still interesting if he heals all allies by 10% of the damage inflicted. I mean, if you crit him out with crit rate at 100 and crit damage as high as you can, he may hit kind of hard with that. I'm not sure. Places 60% increased defense on this champion for 3 turns. That's cool. Also places 50% ally protection on all allies for 2 turns. That's cool. This is on a 4-turn cooldown if you book it. So 60% increased defense, 50% ally protection. He gets a shield and he heals all allies. I mean, attacks all enemies, has an 80% chance of placing a block cooldown skills debuff for 2 turns. All right. 80%, basically 100% chance if you book it. So he's going to be placing cooldown. I mean, he's going to be blocking cooldown skills for 2 turns. That's super good for waves to get to the bosses. And then, I mean, the rest of this is just good for bosses. I mean, for whatever, really. I was thinking clan boss when I saw these two. His A1, and he could be, you know, a secondary heal for your champions if you don't have them all in lifesteal gear. He could be a secondary heal guy, or plus he's got this, so to keep your team alive longer. Ally HP and faction crypts by 38. I think this guy's going to be awesome in faction crypts. And then attacks all enemies. I mean, he could be good in clan boss, I guess. He could be somewhat good if you don't have any better healer. More than anything, I think he'd be good for waves, though. Yeah, he definitely get your somebody to get your team through waves. That's definitely where he would shine, I think. All right, let's look. What else we got? Is this Seeker? This is Seeker. All right, cool. I already have Seeker. Basically, attacks one enemy 2 times, 20%, 25%, 35, 45, 50% chance of placing provoke for 1 turn. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Places 50% increased attack on all allies for 2 turns and grants him an extra turn. That's cool in the arena. I don't have my Seeker built out, but I definitely will soon. Just basically for this, for his A2, just to use him in the way I have my arena team set up. He would be great. Heals this champion by 20% HP and places 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns when hit with a critical hit. So yeah, definitely going to be using Seeker for arena. And then his aura was, I think, 25% defense in arena battles, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got a good aura. All right, so we got 10 more. We've gotten 2 Legos so far. Wait, 3 Legos. We've gotten 3 Legos. All right, Kalia. I don't know much about Kalia. Attacks one enemy, has 30% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. That's cool. If you book it out, it's a 40% chance. Definitely good for Spider. Definitely good for Clan Boss. Heals this champion by 20% of the damage inflicted when Atur is on the same team. Don't know who Atur is. I wish this was clickable, where you could click this and it would tell you who the hero is. That would be cool. Polarium, you're probably never going to watch this, but if, you know, there's an idea, if you want to do that, that's cool. Attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Heals this champion by 20% of the damage inflicted, again, when Ator is on the same team. It looks like you get the biggest benefit out of her when this guy Ator is on the same team, but basically you get an HP burn, you get a heal reduction, and then attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 60% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns, so definitely really good for Spider. Heals this champion by 15% of the damage inflicted. Again, you get so much more benefit out of her when that guy is on the team. But she's got 2 HP burn attacks. And this one's on a 4-turn cooldown. And obviously the A1 is there's no cooldown there. And it'll increase to 40% if you book it. Increases ally attack in all battles by 25%. That's a good aura. I mean, she would be really good for spiders. I want to try her out 100% in spider. I think she's negative affinity for spider 20. I'm not there yet, so I actually have no idea, but I think that's what that is. Let's try 1 more or 9 more. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, this is Jareg. This is Fushan's little brother. I've been meaning to get this guy. Attacks 1 enemy, has 35% chance of placing 50% decreased attack for 2 turns. So that's good for Clan Boss. So he's got 35, 45, 55, 60% chance of placing the big boy decreased attack. And he's got a 50% ally protection, 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. That's not bad. And then he's got places a 15 continuous heal buff on an ally for 1 turn whenever an ally loses 20% of their max HP in 1 hit. That's really cool. Definitely good for Clan Boss. Increases ally HP in all battles by 33. That's another cool, good aura. So definitely good for Clan Boss. Definitely for getting through waves. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much his area. Cool. All right, 8 more to go. 3 Legos so far. Is this number 4? Nope. This is another epic. Who do we got? This bear guy, Ursine Ice Crusher. Not great. Not great. He's got a pretty cool passive. Decreases damage all allies receive from critical hits by 15%. That's cool, I guess. Fills the champion's turn meter by 5% whenever an enemy lands a normal, strong, or weak hit. So he's basically always getting his turn meter increased by 5%. I guess unless they land a critical hit. So they would have to land a critical hit for this not to proc. Attacks 1 enemy, 10% of block cooldown skills. If you book it, you're at a 30%. Not great. The good thing is he's a defense hero, so they're really easy to build. And then he's got an AoE. This one actually hits kind of hard. Not crazy hard, but pretty good for a defense hero. 75% chance of placing a 30% decreased crit rate for 2 turns. Not great. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Okay. Epic. Who is this? Bloodfeather. Don't know anything about Bloodfeather. Attack hero. Attacks 1 enemy. 20% chance of inflicting an extra or a critical hit. So you really only have to get her crit to 80 for this to proc. Attacks 1 enemy. Again, 20% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Places 60% decreased debuff for 2 turns. Oh, so this is cool. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, and it's for 2 turns. I mean, that's cool. Basically, that as long as your accuracy is high enough, you're always going to land this decreased defense. It's not on a percentage. And she's got an extra 20%. So you really, and I'm guessing this is going to have it too. Attacks 1 enemy, places a 30%. Again, there's no percentage, so it automatically places it as long as your accuracy is high enough. 30% decreased speed for 2 turns, decreases target's turn meter by 30%, extra 20% of increasing. So you really only have to get her crit to 80%. Then she's going to get to the other 20 by herself. In fact, in faction crypts, if you have her as your lead, your whole team would only have to get their crit rate to 80, which gives you room to stack your other stats. What are her reviews? Arena offense, definitely. I could tell that. Dragon's Lair, not good for Spider. Clan Boss, not great. Campaign, I mean, Faction Wars 4.2, I thought that'd be higher. Okay, well, she seems pretty cool. I don't know, I'll have to try her out for myself just because she has an interesting kit. Let's see what else we get. All right, we've got 5 more after this one. Come on, Lego number 4. No? Who is this? Deathless. All right, let's look for that. Attacks 1 enemy, 70% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense for 2 turns if 1 or more allies are dead. a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns if 2 or more allies are dead, and a 50% decreased attack if 3 or more allies are dead. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense. So really, she gets benefits depending on how many allies you have dead. I don't like that. Places 30% reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance, 100% if you book it, of placing provoke for 1 turn. She's a defense hero. Again, those are easy to build. Attacks all enemies. Damage inflicted is proportional to defense and increases according to the number of dead allies. If you ascend this, this attack will always be critical if there are 2 or more dead allies. Damage increases according to the number of dead allies. I mean, your allies have to be dead. So I would imagine she hits super hard. Maybe she's an arena hero, and because she's defense, maybe they're expecting her to be your last person alive after all your team is dead. Maybe good on an arena defense team where you have a fast comp of weak champions, and they all throw up like increased attack buffs, increased defense, all that stuff for her. And then they get killed, and then she goes last. I mean, she could even be slow, go second. As long as she survives that wave, if she manages to get off this AoE, all your teammates are dead, so you get that super big increase. And all the buffs that they threw up should still be on you unless they got removed. I mean, that's a risky strategy, but hey, who knows? Let's go for another one. Another epic. Catacomb Counselor. I think this guy's got a revive. No, wait, I already have this guy. So he's got an ally attack is what he has. 50% chance of placing 25% increased attack on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks an enemy. So if you get this to proc, he hits harder because he's an attack hero. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Heals this champion by 20% of the damage inflicted. And then teams up with 2 random allies to attack a single enemy. The allies joining will use their default skills. And if you ascend it, he attacks with 3 random allies to attack a single target. This guy's good for Fire Knight. Not so much because of his A1, but he has, I mean, this one's on a 3-turn cooldown. This one's on a 4-turn cooldown. But imagine if you have like 2 or 3 hitters on your team and you use this skill. Literally, if he's the fastest guy on your team and you use this skill, he's going to go first. I mean, you're going to get the shield down with that first attack because he's going to hit once. And then hopefully you get at least 2 other guys with their triple hits. That's going to bring the shield down by 6, 7. Then if you get one more triple hitter in there somewhere. So this is really good. I mean, his ally attack skill is really good. The rest of it's all right. Let's see what else we got. All right, another epic. Oh yes, I've been waiting for a miscreated monster. This guy is so good. All right, let's look. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 15% chance, 25% chance if you book it, of placing a stun for 1 turn. Each hit, so you get 25, 25, 25% chances of placing a stun for 1 turn. 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 1 turn if the stun lands. So if on one of these hits, which are 25% each of landing the stun lands, then there's another roll, and if it procs, you get you have a 50% chance of landing that 60% decreased defense for 1 turn if the stun is placed. So they're going to be stunned, and hopefully you get that defense down. So when they get hit by your nuker, huge damage, and this is really going to be a 60% chance when booked. So this is the A1 is really good. Attacks all enemies. Has a 50% chance. Yeah, that's about it. 50% chance of placing a stun for 1 turn. So stun on his A1, stun on his A2, and the A2 is an AoE stun. So 50% chance of placing a stun for 1 turn, and he places a shield. So an AoE shield, it places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, equal to 25% of the damage inflicted. I've seen this guy's in arena a lot. He's great for Spider. If we look at his reviews, where Spider 4.9, he's great for Spider, great for arena, great for. I mean, he's pretty much great all around. Look at the ratings on this guy. He's super good. His A3, 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion. Heals this champion by 50% of their max HP. Super good. If you ascend it, places another 15% continuous heal on this champion for 3 turns. And this is on a 4-turn cooldown, so that's good. And then he's got a passive. Places a fear debuff on the attacker for 1 turn whenever an ally is attacked while under an ally protection debuff. It doesn't have to even just be his ally protection. If you put him in with a Skull Crusher, this still procs if Skull Crusher uses the ally protection and the counter attack. I mean, super good. And then he's got a ally HP in arena battles by 33%. He's great for arena defense more than anything. I don't know what arena offense 4.9, arena defense. This really should be a 5. So he's great hero. He's gonna completely change my account. Actually, he's gonna get me through a lot right now. All right, we got 3 more to go. I'm actually really happy with Miscreated Monster. I don't even care that he's not a Lego. Another Cold Heart would be good. I don't know if I can get a Void Champion from these shards. Allure, I have her already. Not great. 3 times at random, decreases the target's turn meter by 25% on each critical hit. If she's good for Fire Knight, especially because of the Say 1. It's a 3-hitter and decreased turn meter. Super good on Fire Knight. 75% chance because you should have the critical hit, the crit rate on it at 100. So really you get 75% turn meter reduction there. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 30%, so the small version of decreased defense for 1 turn, and then places a sleep debuff for one turn on targets under the decreased defense already. So that's cool. I mean, nothing too great. Attacks one enemy, 30% chance of inflicting a critical hit, extra 30% chance. And then if you ascend it, will ignore 50% of the target's defense. I don't know how hard this hits. I'd like to know that. It's on a 6-turn cooldown. That's a big cooldown for a 1-hitter. So I'm guessing this smashes super hard. She's an attack hero. You get an extra 10% attack, which is weird. I would imagine this. I would think this would have more multipliers. I'm guessing this hit is strong. I'd like to see that at some point. All right, we have 2 more to go. I only have 3 Legos from this so far. 17 shards. All right, come on. Adriel. Attacks one enemy, 20% chance of placing 50% decreased accuracy. Nothing great there. Heals all allies by 20% of their max HP. If you ascend it, heals all allies by 20% of their max HP and places a 30% reflect damage buff on them for 2 turns. That's cool. I like that. Attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing 50% decreased attack. You can't book it any higher than that 50%. For 2 turns, and 100% chance if this attack is critical. Okay, so then you don't need to book it because your crit's always going to be at 100. So you're always going to land this critical, decreased attack on all the enemies. So an AOE decreased attack. She's a support champion. This is based off attack, so it might be good. It might hit pretty hard. And the benefit, you get that decreased attack. She's also a healer. And she places that reflect damage. The A1, nothing crazy. Increases magic ally speed in all battles by 21%. Okay. These 2 attacks here are really what she's all about. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, the heal. That's not bad. And this is on a 5-turn cooldown. That's kind of a long cooldown. So not great. We'll see. All right, last one. Make it a Lego, or at least make it no, it's nobody that I know. Delver. Who's Delver? Let's look at her kit. Attacks one enemy, 45% chance of placing 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. Okay, 100%, that's good. Attacks one enemy, places a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 3 turns if the target already has a heal reduction debuff, and this debuff cannot be resisted. This is on a 3-turn cooldown, and it's for 3 turns, right? If they already have a heal reduction. So this would be good like on Spider, Fire Knight. Those are the 2 main ones that do the heal. I'm trying to think. Doom Tower, she's probably good too. Can't think of where exactly you could use that, but definitely Spider and Fire Knight. Only problem is, so far, no A1. So she's going to stop them from healing, and then she's going to place that weaken, which is going to increase your damage by 25%. Attacks all enemies, places a 50% increased attack buff on this champion for 2 turns before attacking. That's cool. So she's going to strengthen her attack before she lets the attack loose. If the target has a weaken debuff, places a 60% decreased decreased defense debuff on the target for 2 turns. So that's cool. So basically, you want to go in order. You want to go A1, A2, A3. A1's going to place the, because it's 100% chance, no, 45%, 55, 60% chance of placing 100% heal reduction. Then you're going to land your weaken, because she's hopefully already going to have that heal reduction. And then he's going to have heal reduction, weaken. You're going to increase your attack before you attack. And then afterwards, you're going to leave him with another 60% decreased defense. So this attack probably smacks, and it's on a 4-turn cooldown. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, these two, this is on a 3-turn cooldown. These two abilities here are really what her kit is all about. She might be good in a reflex set, in a reflex gear set. So, what definitely something to look into. I don't think I pulled any voids, but let's look at once more at our, what do we got here? Anything good? Not really. Nah. Nah. Alright. So let's see what we accomplished in the tournament. Champion chase. Alright. Yo, how did I get this far? I could sworn it was 500 for a legendary. I only got 3 legendaries. There was 17. Oh, I guess all these epics really added up. I almost completed the event. That is crazy. Literally, if I would gotten one more legendary, I would have completed the event, or I would have been really close to completing the event. You know what? Let's finish the event with some voids real quick. Wait, let's get our stuff first. Let's not waste this. We're gonna need these books right now, especially with these new legendaries. All right, so let's get our quests. Let's get all this stuff ready to go, and then we're gonna pull a few voids. We have 2 voids. Let's pull 2 voids, make it an even 30. All right, let's see what we get. Rare, who's this guy? Seducer, I think I already had him. Attacks one enemy, 30% chance of placing sleep debuff for 1 turn. 45% if you book it. Defense hero. It's AoE attack, 75% chance of placing 25 decrease attack. Not bad. 30% increased defense buff on all allies. And a block debuffs on all allies for 1 turn. That's cool. Definitely want to ascend this. It's a block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. I think he'd be good for Doom Tower with this right here. Also, Spider, maybe? So that you can't get poisoned for 2 turns. This is on a 4-turn cooldown, so that's not great, but it's okay. Places a 15... Is this a passive? No, it's not. Places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies for 2 turns. Then places a block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn. Only available when Temptress is on the same team. And this is on a 4-turn cooldown, so it's not great as it is anyway. Aura increases ally HP in battles by 25. It's alright. Come on, Royal Guard. I want a Royal Guard so bad. This is another rare, so it's not Royal Guard. This is Doom Screech. This is Seeker's little brother. And basically, you get decreased accuracy instead of decreased attack on the A1. And you get a 60% increased defense instead of a 50% increased attack. So that's the main differences. And then you get a shield buff equal to 30% of this on this champion for 2 turns, equal to 30% of his max HP. And his attacks really scale on HP, and HP here, HP and attack here. I don't really know what that means. I mean, I guess you have to have your attack and your HP. I'm guessing HP is the primary stat though, because he is an HP champion, and then I guess he gets a little bit off of the attack too. Did that finish it for us? That should have. Yeah, we finished it. All right, cool. And we are done, guys. That is the video for today. We finished the event. We actually got to top 10. I wasn't expecting that. I really was not. We're tied with this guy. Definitely not going to get there. Nope, not even going to try that. Right now what I'm going to do is maybe take back first place in the arena and finish out Fire Knight. But for now, that's it, guys. Those are the new legendaries we got today. Let's look at their total stats real quick for the legendaries at least. I think one of them was a Banner Lord, right? Yep. We have Lugan the Steadfast. Decent, not great, but decent attack and defense. Really good HP, really good base HP. Really good speed. He's got an extra 13% crit rate. Normally this is at 50, 57 maybe. So he's got an extra 13 to 7% crit rate. So I'm imagining he must hit somewhat decent. I'm definitely gonna look up some guides on him. Did we look at the reviews on him? Yeah, so I mean, his reviews aren't terrible. Definitely not good for spiders. Then apparently, definitely not good for Fire Knight. All right. So that was one of the Legos we got, and we got Gearhard the Stone. He's a really good hero. This is the one we got just now from the event, from the tournament. Attacks one enemy, 15% chance of placing a stun debuff on for 1 turn, 40% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. Instead, if the target has more than 75% turn meter. So if you book this, this becomes a 50. You kind of always want to go for the guy whose turn's about to come up on the enemy team. That you get a much bigger percentage of placing that stun. Hopefully that attack hits pretty hard too. Places 30% increased crit rate and 30% increased crit damage. That's cool. But it's just on this champion, but before the attack. That's cool. And then we'll ignore 25% of the target's defense. We'll ignore 50% of the target's defense if the target is under an increased defense. Okay. All right. I mean, the 25% chance of the target's defense is actually more of what I'd be looking for, and probably what you're going to land more unless they have a buff up. If you pair him up with like some savage gear or cruel gear, if you use cruel gear, that's 3 sets. That's an extra 15% on top of this 25. So you're looking at 40%. Ignore 40% of the target's defense, and then if you have Helm Smasher, I think it's Helm Smasher, the one that ignores defense on the masteries. If you have that on him, that's an extra 25% chance when it procs. So, I mean, you're looking at 65% chance or 65% defense ignored if they all proc at the same time. Plus, you get this increased crit damage. That could be a really hard hitting attack. Immune to fear, true fear, freeze, provoke, sleep, and stun for 3 turns if you book this. That's cool. That's really cool. All right. Where's the other? I don't think it was a high elf. It was a high elf. So Yamika, really great base attack, really high base attack, decent defense, okay speed. Again, high crit rate or crit damage. Sorry. She already comes with 10 accuracy, which is cool because she can place that leech. And I think that's the only debuff. So I mean, you don't really need to stack her with too much accuracy unless you really want to land this leech. Really high attack though, so I'm imagining she hits pretty hard. Base HP is okay. It's not great for a legendary at least. And then who was our last legendary? Here we go. Altan. This is the guy I'm most excited about because of this passive right here. Wow, really low HP, but he is a defense-based hero, so we don't really care about not HP. I'm sorry, attack. He's a defense-based hero, so we don't really care about his attack. Great HP. I'm sorry, defense. I am all over the place. 102 speed. That's pretty good. 57 crit damage. Not bad. 50 resist. Okay. And then decent, pretty good base HP. So I'm excited about these 3 guys. Who is this? Oh, we looked at her. All right. So we got ourselves some good new heroes, guys. Gonna master some of these. Probably the first one I'm gonna increase is Altan. And then we're gonna be. Oh nope. Yeah, between Altan and Miscreated Monster. I wanted you guys to see the... no, he's not an Undead Horde. He is... What is he? Is he Dark Elf? Does anybody know what Miscreated... I mean, you would think he's an Undead Horde, but obviously, or apparently he's not. There's no way he's Demon Spawn, is he? Nope. Where is Miscreated Monster? Is he... Yeah, there he is. Night Revenant. I did not expect him to be there. Okay. Look at the skin on this guy. This is sick. I mean, this is basically Frankenstein with you guys ever watch Superman? He has that cyborg guy that has the kryptonite in his chest. This is what he's got. He's got the kryptonite in his chest. This guy looks sick. He's got the brass knuckles built in. Nice. Look at his HP. Great base HP. Not great base attack and defense. But because he's got so much support within his kit, and his speed is also not great, but because he's got so much support, he's got the continuous heal, he's got the ally protection, he also heals himself by 50% of his max HP. He places fear on attackers when they attack an ally under the ally protection. 50%, all these shields, places a shield buff on all allies. I mean, he's got so much support that he doesn't need. You really don't need him to be your hardest hitting guy. He's there to protect everybody and crowd control with those stuns. I'm excited about this guy. I'm really excited. Look at the reviews on this guy. Pretty much 4.5 on everything except Fire Knight and above. Well, Clan Boss. On everything else, 4.5 and higher. Dude is a beast. Dude is an absolute tank. I can't wait to start using him. All right, well, that's the video, guys. Wow, it's a 40-minute video. I don't know what to say. Peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm doing it over here. It's actually over here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next one, I'll try to be a little quicker. I wanted to go over the kits for every champion we pulled here, and then a few of the other ones. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. As soon as the Void Shard event comes up for the 2-time, we're going to be doing this one, and then eventually the Ancients. I hope I have 200 by the time the Ancient event comes up. And I'm hoping to get to 50 by the time the Void one comes up. So we should get some decent heroes. Void legendaries are some of the best legendaries in the game. So again, guys, hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Deuce.